This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve at Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed, and to pick up where Mike left off only a few minutes ago, today we toast an unidentified woman from Reddit who shared this story. Now, very recently, she and her father were having a discussion about gas prices. And we don't know the nature of the conversation, but gas prices being what they are, I think we can all assume that they were bitching about it, right? Anyway, their discussion led to him telling her about these, quote, amazing biscuits that he picks up at the gas station every time he goes, and he's been grabbing them for the last 20 years. Well, she got curious, so she bought a pack. She looked them over and explained to her father that the amazing biscuits that he'd been enjoying for the last 2 decades, they're dog treats. And it's clearly marked that they're dog treats. Now, he was shocked, and he's now stopped eating them because, according to him...
How did he not know that?
They don't taste the same now that he knows. I don't know.
I'd like to know the brand, just so I could look at the packaging to determine how dumb this guy is.
I mean, she said, she bought them, and she turned the thing over, and it says, dog treats. Like, Dad,
that's what I'm saying.
Dog treat. Yeah, I don't know, man. So we pour this booze, and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola!
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Steve at Thrill Hill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Chad. Welcome to the Men's Room.
How's it going?
Hola. All right, Chad, do you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, sir.
You have the choice of the wonderful world of drugs. We have Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? And finally, interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone.
Interior decorating.
And this one is, in fact, in the butt. A man by the name of Fatah Mohammed. He's a prison inmate in Pakistan, says he woke up last weekend with an object lodged in his anus. Doctors brought Mohammed's misery to an end after a 1.5-hour operation to remove the object. Mohammed said, and I quote, "Now I feel comfort. Today I had my breakfast. I was just drinking water, nothing else." Meanwhile, the doctor says, we had to take it out intact. Had it broken inside, it would be a very, very complicated situation. So Mohammed, who's serving a 4-year sentence for making liquor, said he was shocked when he was first told the cause of his discomfort. He swears he didn't know that the object was there. He said, quote, "When I woke up, I felt a pain in my lower abdomen, but later in the hospital, they told me this. I don't know who did this to me, police or other prisoners." Oddly enough, the doctor treating Mohammed said he'd never encountered anything like it before and doubted the fellow's story that someone had drugged him and inserted the object while he was comatose. Doctor doesn't believe him, neither does anyone else. But the question is, what was in his butt? Was it an aerosol can, an ink pen, a light bulb, or a glue bottle? So aerosol can, ink pen, light bulb, or glue bottle, one of those mysteriously was inserted into his anus.
You say light bulb and...
aerosol can, ink pen, light bulb, or glue bottle.
What do you think, Ted?
And you said he was in prison, not just like in jail?
Yeah, he's in prison. He's serving a 4-year sentence. So according to him, someone drugged him and slipped it in there in the middle of the night.
I don't know. I can't imagine Can't imagine you'd have a glue bottle. Seems like you get high on that. Or light bulbs. Man, I feel like it's got to be a pen. Okay. I don't know. I'm trying to think of prison. Like, what would you have? Like, I'm shocked you'd have a pen. I thought it was just little pencils, afraid of stabbing people.
Well, and I'm pretty sure you'd know if there was an aerosol bottle in your butt.
I think I would know if any of these were in my butt. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, sometimes I go with just the weirdness, so that could be light bulb.
Yeah, I'm going light bulb, Chad.
All right, let's go light bulb.
You going to go with me?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to find out what he found.
Wait, what are you going with, Ted?
He's ink pen.
Your pen?
Give me can.
Aerosol can.
Oh, aerosol can.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're going to find out what this guy had in his backside. Was it an aerosol can, an ink pen, a light bulb, or a glue bottle? Next.
That was a tease.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Category is interior decorating. On Profile This, we've got a prison inmate in Pakistan. Said he woke up. Wow, something's lodged in my backside.
Woke up that way.
Holy cow. Doctors did safely remove it, but they said if it had broken in there, it had caused a lot of damage. Question is, was it an aerosol can, an ink pen, a light bulb, or a glue bottle?
Chad, that is a question we posed to you. Let us start with Ted Smith.
Yeah, I knew it.
You said aerosol can. I'm afraid not. But that has been inserted into multiple rectums.
Yes.
Chad, you agree with Miles. Went with the light bulb.
Yes!
Congratulations.
Light bulb.
We bring good things to light. Yes. Now for all TV news all time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. The Gym is
Fallon Kibble.
Seth Meyers.
Okay.
Writers.
Ooh.
Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there in the title. All these guys have teams of talented writers help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom? Or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Apple has experienced 2 major outages in the last 2 days. Luckily, the problem was fixed when the guy at the Genius Store told Tim Cook just to drop the entire company in a bag of rice.
Fallon.
Yeah, Fallon.
Yeah, it's Fallon.
Apple has experienced 2 major outages in the past 2 days. Luckily, the problem was fixed when the guy at the Genius Bar told Tim Cook to just drop the entire company in a bag of rice.
Genius Bar. It's a new dating competition show on CBS called The Real Love Boat, in which a bunch of singles will spend nearly a month together on a cruise. It's the only dating show where the winner is whoever gets kicked off first.
Writers. Yeah, Ted.
Fallon.
CBS is releasing a new dating competition show called The Real Love Boat, in which a big group of singles spend nearly a month together on a cruise. Yep, it's the only dating show where the winner is whoever gets kicked off first.
The Kardashians have had such an impact on pop culture that some have even credited them for making women's bodies that are a little bit bigger cool again. But unfortunately, they have made men's bodies skinny and weird again.
The Ted Smith.
Writers?
Smith. Yeah, I got credit for bringing the booty back, but I have 0 tattoos. I don't look like those two. Hillary Clinton has announced she tested positive for COVID. That's how deep we are in the upside down world right now. Hillary caught a virus and Bill didn't.
Myers.
Fallon.
Kimmel.
Hey, remember that lady Hillary Clinton? She ran for president. Well, Hillary announced that she tested positive for COVID. That's how deep we are in the upside down world right now. Hillary caught a virus and Bill didn't.
Taco Bell has celebrated its 60th anniversary with a all-new vegetarian meal. And it's actually the first time anyone has ever said happy anniversary inside of a Taco Bell.
Fallon. Yeah, Fallon. That's fine.
Yeah, so the Taco Bell is celebrating its 60th anniversary with an all-new vegetarian meal. And actually, it's the first time anyone's ever said happy anniversary inside a Taco Bell.
Wow.
I'd be willing to bet that it is not the first time somebody said happy anniversary inside of a Taco Bell.
And it's got to be something silly as like, I mean, look, I'm sure there's people that just love Taco Bell that much. Remember, they had a Taco Bell hotel for like a week.
Oh, yeah.
It also could be like, the first time I met you, like I gave you a ride home and we stopped at Taco Bell.
Of course.
And we bonded over cinnamon twist.
That's
very specific, I know. They are delicious, though. It's a knockoff of a churro thrill. That's what they're going for.
Oh, I dig it.
Yeah. All right, so sometimes you see stories about old TV shows, right? And it's kind of interesting. You're like, oh, I can't believe that happened. This one doesn't have that cool of a story. Sarah Michelle Gellar, we all know her from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
And pretty much nothing else, yes.
Oh, I beg to differ.
What else?
She was in a lot of movies. Sarah Michelle Gellar.
I know her name.
She is married to a super cool dude that got out of Hollywood. Not Needful Things or Wicked Things. They're all in a school, and she's got a little cross with cocaine in it.
I know the movie you're talking about.
That is not Mean Girls. This is a darker version.
Oh.
What happened to that one?
Ryan Phillippe was in it. She's in some of the Scream movies.
That's right. Yeah,
but Sarah Michelle Gellar is a big time star.
She's always we know that. Her stuff isn't. I didn't think was for me.
Well, you were wrong.
Okay.
Well, parts of her stuff are.
Freddie Prinze Jr. I was like,
right.
She's somebody really cool and good looking. Also, he's in the cinematic classic Summer Catch about Cape Cod Baseball League. But she was on Buffy the Vampire. That's how we first met her.
Cruel Intentions, Ted.
Cruel Intentions. That's
Somebody
exactly
sent that
what
in,
it is. Yeah, there's a lot of people my age, like 40, 41, like, we've all seen that movie.
Okay. All right.
Allison Hannigan was on that show. David Boreanaz was on that show. I mean, there was a lot of people on there. Alicia Dushku was on that. So basically, there's a new book that comes out, and it talks about how they all would fight with each other. So she was like, yeah, it's unfortunate. They're on a set, and like basically the person running the show kind of wanted them to not like each other.
Really?
And also, they're young, right? They're like late teens, early 20s. They're working crazy long hours. Yeah, I mean, look, you know how as crazy as actors are, directors can be very strange too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So they were like, we worked really long hours. We were young. We had our ups and downs. Everybody have arguments. I was going to say, the only thing that's not exciting about this is I like those, like you hear about like, I'm just picking a show, like, it's like, the two main characters, like they did, like Sex of the City.
Right,
that one's spicy because they still don't like each other.
Oh, yeah.
This one, they're all friends now.
Of course.
Right. So I'm like, I guess it's kind of a story. And if you're really into Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I think is big with sci-fi people too.
I guess. I know my daughter's about to start on that.
All right.
That's her kind of thing.
I mean, I saw the movie, and then they made the TV show.
Oh, that's right. I forgot the movie came out first, yeah. Wasn't it someone different in the movie?
Correct. Yep, blonde woman.
Yeah, no.
I'll leave it at that. I think she might have, Eckert, she might have been on Baywatch back in the day. I think she was the original Buffy.
Okay.
Which is also funny, because Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like, they picked the perfect name.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Whenever you think of Buffy.
Right, Buffy.
You think of somebody like that. I don't know that I've ever met a Buffy in real life.
Or a Chet.
I've met Chets.
Have you?
I'll tell you what, one Chet I know.
I'm Chet. I'm here to tow your car.
Right.
The Chet I know does not talk like that.
Okay.
He's also a basketball coach in the D.C. area.
All right. That makes more sense.
That's why I was like, I know one Chet. He's not the one you're thinking of. We're talking about March Madness is going on right now. So a lot of people like to bet. I know we always talk about sports in here. We're not big bettors when it comes to sporting. I mean, hell, we're not big bettors in general.
In general, right.
But St. Peter's, the Peacocks for Jersey City, they busted a lot of people's brackets, but they're still in there. But there's one person out there that can make a few bucks. Basically, someone placed two bets on St. Peter's to win it all. One for $25 and one for $50.
All right.
The payout is more than $37,000.
Damn.
Now, it's unlikely.
Yeah,
they got to play Purdue coming up here tomorrow. Like, they're probably not going to make it. Did you see the picture of the one guy from St. Peter's? He got an NIL deal with
the guy with the mustache
with Buffalo Wild Wings. It's just him in his dorm room, and he just got.
I know the guy you're talking about.
Yeah, the guy with the mustache.
With the mustache, right? That's all you need to know.
So, I mean, the thing, too, is, I swear, I'd never heard of St. Peter's until this tournament started.
That's a Jersey school, right?
Jersey City, yeah. So if you bet on them, you must have known somebody that went there or just lived in Jersey City.
Yeah, otherwise you've never heard of them. Right.
No. Let's see. Let's talk a little bit about the Oscars, all right? The Oscars. What is the total cost of the ceremony of the Oscars?
$10 million.
No idea.
20 million, 50 million.
42.
Come on.
42 million.
To put on the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
Does not seem worth it, man.
And the Oscars pays for this? Like, how do they make money? They're just giving away an award.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't donate to the Oscar fund.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of money.
Well, the Oscar rate, it's an Academy of the Motion Picture, right?
Okay, yeah.
So what are they taking, a percentage of people's, like, SAG and AFTRA percentages?
I would think they take a percentage of the movies.
Yeah, it might be that, too.
Maybe.
Yeah, it might be something on the back end. I mean, keep in mind, the trophies are 24-karat gold plated.
Of course.
But each one's still $400.
That's actually less money than I would have
I think it'd
thought.
be easier to buy one than to actually have to act in a movie and earn one.
Oh, I completely disagree.
I'll give you $400.
Oh, is it easier to buy one?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if they said retail.
But if you said you could buy one or we got a roll that you have a chance of winning one, like, I'll take the roll.
Mm-hmm. But I'm also going to buy that. I'm going to do both.
The red carpet, that's almost $25,000.
All right.
The amount of hours it takes to install 30 rolls of red carpet. 18 workers. How many hours do you think it takes them?
I'll say 24 minutes.
24, yeah, a day.
Okay, 900 hours.
Jesus.
Yeah, like I never realized how big that thing is going on, right? Let's see. The average increase for box office sales for Best Picture winner is $10 million. The boost in pay for a Best Actor or Actress in their next film.
Oh, for sure.
60%. Right. The average cost for an A-list actress's outfit.
120 grand.
$5,000.
$10 million.
$10 million?
But you got to keep in mind, some of the jewelry they're wearing is some of the most expensive stuff in the world, and they literally
never
go,
even thought of that.
We'll let you wear it for tonight.
Right. It's on loan, sure.
I'm going to Denny's. No, you're not. Give me that back.
Yeah, no kidding.
They say the average attendees outfit's like $1.5 million, and if it's your first time, it's just like over $200,000.
Oh, I can do that, sure.
Yeah, it's wild, man. The value of an Oscar goodie bag.
$7,500.
$10,000. $20,000.
75 grand.
$100,000.
$250,000.
200 G's. 200 G's plus.
And you get that just for being there, right?
But you have to be nominated to get that bag, correct?
No.
I don't believe so.
So anybody who walks in that door gets that?
No. You know what? I'll look at. I guess it if you're nominated or whatever. But that's still a lot of people.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
most of them don't win. That's the whole thing, right?
Thanks for the goodie bag, then. It's worth more than the trophy.
Yeah, last year's included an NFT of Chadwick Boseman that's worth $1.2 million now.
You mean I can get a $200,000 goodie bag or a $400 statue?
Right.
Give me the goodie bag.
Oh, I'm with you. I wouldn't want anything else. All right, now what are you going to watch on TV tonight? I can tell you real quickly, a lot of people are going to watch the NCAA tournament, but while I have a minute, I just want to say one thing. And I fathom how capitalism works. You need to put money into every system you're working on. But God damn it, USA Soccer. Like, if you want people to watch your sport, you're playing your arch rival in Mexico, right? At Estadio Azteca. Like, that's where you want. It's your number one rival. You're playing them in their stadium. It's a World Cup qualifier, and it's on Paramount Plus. Like, I wonder why Mexican Americans care so much more about their national team. Well, you can watch it on the Spanish channel. Like, are we growing the game or not?
No.
I mean, maybe I'll just watch basketball. Yeah. NCAA tournaments.
Sure.
That pissed me off. Sorry, Miles.
I know you're going to be rooting for Duke. Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. A New Yorker breaks into a sex shop and steals not one, but 2 T-shirts. Meanwhile, a man brandishes a knife at a convenience store and leaves with just desserts. Woman has made over $100,000 taking COVID tests on OnlyFans. In California, huge mountain lion walks into a shopping center to buy pots and pans. An Ohio woman gets an 8-piece order at KFC. Gets home and realizes it's only 4 pieces. So she does the logical thing and calls 911. It is time for your headline.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my call.
All right, top story. We're going to Ohio, where a woman was forced to call 911. The harrowing tale begins at the local KFC, where the woman was confronted with the most pressing of matters and called emergency services to report that she had ordered an 8-piece chicken, only to receive 4, and was quoted as saying, "I want my chicken." Despite being told that this was a civil matter and she needed to take it up with the manager, she pressed the issue, demanding an officer come to her aid, which he did, and told her the same thing, that this was a matter between she and the manager. No word on if she got her chicken, but local authorities took the opportunity to remind people to only call 911 in case of an emergency.
It's almost like that's why it's called an emergency line.
Right. Somebody's about to die. Emergency.
Yeah, and the stuff with, like, calling them over a missing ranch or this or that, but I don't know, man. You only get half of your pieces of chicken.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
That's a
pissed
big
off,
mess up.
too. You bet. Call a lawyer.
I know.
In other news, let's play a little game called Was It Worth It? A man in Prince George, Canada was arrested for armed robbery. The story goes that he invaded a local business brandishing a knife and demanding goods. He got his wares and made his escape, but was found by authorities in a nearby alleyway. The product he just had to have: a small amount of ice cream from the shop.
Damn, man. So to answer your question, no, not worth it.
You wouldn't hold somebody up at knife point for a small bit of ice cream?
I'd hold them up for a lot of ice cream, but not a little, no.
Right. Maybe a Ben & Jerry's pint?
What's the flavor?
It's got to be that half-baked.
I go half-baked.
Okay, then yeah, I'll hold you.
Mm-hmm. For me, it's the Tonight Dough. Big fan. A woman in Florida is in the news for the interesting story of how she met the man that she's currently dating. While scrolling her social account, she came across a photo of a man that was suggested as a possible dating match. The reason why she was so struck by the photo is because it was the exact same photo that was used by another Instagram account that had attempted to blackmail her after they coaxed her into sending them photos under the guise that the two were in a relationship. She reached out to the man that was suggested and confirmed that it actually was the man in the photos, and the two have been hitting it off.
Sounds like he's got a pretty good hustle.
Right? Yeah, so she partners up with this guy at some point. Maybe he reached out to her or whatever. They start basically just having a little internet fling going on back and forth, but it's all strictly text. They're exchanging photos back and forth. This guy's pulling from a bank of this guy's photos, so he's got all these that he's sending her, as she's sending him bikini shots and maybe a little bit more suggestive as far as that. And then he sends her one back of like the bikini edited out so it looks like she's a nude. And he's like, I'm going to send this to your family. I'm going to put it up on the social media. Damn. It was all a threat. He never actually did any of it. Right. And then all of a sudden this photo shows up. She's like, I wonder if that's actually the guy because he's actually rather attractive. I mean, bold move. I'm glad that it worked out for her, but bold move.
She found him so attractive she was willing to risk it again.
Exactly. That is exactly right. And that is it for your headlines. Woo! With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. We'll see you up next with the Men's Room Happy Hour exclusively on the Odyssey app and a little Dirty Big Dummy coming your way.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch for 180 seconds or so. So until then, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.